Hi and welcome to Chuck's DIY. We're doing this model, which is the Quadflex. This is the T23.0, but I've actually got another one down the shed and I'll quickly show you that one at the end. And they're virtually the same machine, and the other one is only 2 or 3 years old. Okay, so you get this flat tip, and you take the grommet out that holds the cable in place on both sides. Now, hard to do with one hand, but you can get it come out. Done it before because I have to repair this one, so that'll come out, and that'll totally come out. So yeah, she's out now, so we can leave it like that, and all we have to do now is unplug that cable and then unscrew the earth, which is, I believe, earth here. So that earth here has to be undone, and just taking off the main keyboard key control, which is over here, if I can get to it. Okay, so it's got a toroidal core on it, which is like a little box, if you don't know what that means, and you need to take that out. Getting that out would have been easy if I hadn't put that up, but I'll get it out in a second and show you. Just unscrewed that. I would put that screw back in only to support that, the bottom bit, which is this bottom bit of plastic when you're moving it. So that's off. See under there, it is the closest one to the end. You need to take that off. You can see all the colours, if I can get it right there. Hard to see here. Just put that down. We should be able to take it off. Then all we do is lift these and take all four of these screws out, or with a hex key. You need one of those to take all 4 off on both sides. So you need to lift that up. Lift that up. Okay, so you'll need to undo this ballon, which stops it inducing RF into the DC lines. If you don't know what that means, doesn't matter, just clip it off and take it out of the spot, and then wrap it the same way afterwards. Take that off, pop that off there, and take that out. Like that. So now, pop that over there, because you're going to need it. And that should just undo, just like that. Should be able to get that through there. Use one hand, see if I can do it. If any of the wires come off, they just slice into the back of that. Just make sure you get the same colour. There's my colour, if you need that. So yeah, now just unscrew all these and undo it. So that should come off. You might have to do that one, not sure yet. Maybe you might have to do that one as well. That screw there, but that's only when you undo all these. Okay, so you're going to need a shifter to turn this thing, because they're very tight. After a while, they get very, very tight. So that one's really, really tight, and I'm going to do that in a minute. I'll probably use a small hammer to tap on the top to loosen off any debris inside the thread, and that should fix it. Okay, so you need to take the grommet out of there. You've got to take it off. Hard to do, and the reason is I Loctite them. I think they were Loctited. Originally they were Loctited. And finishing off by undoing this earth here. Screw back in there so you know you're going to grab it later. And then you pull this whole thing out. Which is, there is something there. Yes, there is. Remember, I forgot that grommet at the other end. You're going to need to take that off as well. There you go. You can see we're not all perfect. We're just human. pop that apart if you can. And get it apart. I don't know why that's not coming apart. Might be on the sides. And set the top there. Get into those screw holes on the sides and take it apart. Okay, screw your earth on first on the outside, like I showed you a second ago. It's a bit more than a second now. I've totally moved it to another spot. Put your front, first do that side first, the other side, so there's no power or electrical over there. Do that first, screw that together. Just hand tight's good enough for the moment. Then we work off this one, put a front screw in, because then you've got a pivot point. Put your screws on the sides in, put your back screw in. If I can see that. Look at that. Pretty good without seeing it, isn't it? Must have done it too many times. Adjust. Might be a little bit hard effort. And the best way to do that is to grab hold of the back and pull forward and then put your bolt in. So that's in now. Go do the back one. Make sure you've got your spring washers on these. Top ones don't have a spring washer, I don't know why, but they don't. Screw that back on. Now one thing I did notice when I was doing this was these arms are very flimsy. Try and control it from the top and have two people doing it, because you'll scrape the doors cutting through. And once I've put my grommet back on in there, which is my grommet there, pop it into that hole, another grommet into here, and put my ballon on, I just have to screw onto this earth point where it says earth there. Screen wire in my case will go into there, and I just pop in here, go to the back and pop the cable back in. Okay, this looks similar, doesn't it? But this is the actual, I think it's the S50 by Nordictrack 3.5. The board's actually on a side. This is the board. I've taken it out. So here's your board. These are available if you look for them. They're available in different places. So yeah, that is the stepper motor driver. So it has pulsed voltage that adjusts when you adjust the keyboard or the controls on the screen, near the screen. So I did try to change over the power supply, that was no good. But they've gone a bit lighter. They've used one of these coils now. So they're not using the lock-on one. You need to put that lock-on one at the end of the other video that I didn't show. You just need to reverse everything I did at the start. And there's your motor, and they've made it a little bit lighter. So this is they've changed the name. It is a Quadflex Select, and it is a S50. So most of these models are pretty much the same. So anything with a Quadflex you can fix. And they come with the Polaris. Yeah, anyway, that's it for this video. I'll catch you on the next one.